Hello, welcome to Marie's Scrappy Creations, where we sew the scraps of your life into beautiful creations. Today's What's Up Wednesday, and I have some fabric to show you. That's about all I'm going to show you this week. I have been sewing, actually quite a bit. I've also been adjusting to my YouTube life, which is trying to keep up with comments and things such as that. As I said last week, there will come a point where I can't reply to each and every comment, but I will read them. I will let you know by heart, the little heart icon that I've read them. I also want to mention that if you're not a member of our Facebook group yet, we would love to have you join us. It's getting quite active over there, and I love it. The last couple of days I've been busy, so I haven't been on as much as I would like. And that's how I go with Facebook in general, I guess. I might be there 2 or 3 days in a row, and then 2 or 3 days I'm not really there, but I'll catch up with everything. But if you're not a member, there is a link in the description box below, or you can just go to Facebook and search for Marie's Scrappy Creations. You don't need to be a subscriber here on YouTube to be a member of our group. It doesn't hurt, but it's not necessary. All we do is we share things that we're working on, our projects. Some of the people are posting pictures of what they've made from my videos. Some are posting beautiful quilts and projects that they've made all by themselves. Whatever you're working on, we love to see it. So I'll just say that, and I'll end it at that. I want to show you this week, it's mostly baby fabric that came from Martin's, and on one part of the video I was listening to it and I said Walmart when I meant Martin's, but in Maine Martin's is a huge deal, and I'll tell you more about that during the video. And if you've been a subscriber or been watching me for a while, you know that we have a new granddaughter coming very soon, and we're very excited. And I've been working on quite a few baby items, and this morning, before boxing them up, I did a little bit of filming so that I could show you guys everything that I put in the box. And I just can't show it to you yet because I don't want our daughter to see it. So next week or the week after, I will definitely let you see. Her baby shower's on Saturday, but I don't know which day I'll fit it in. And another thing, if you're new, is on Wednesdays, I do tend to chat a little bit more because that's what Wednesdays are about. You're in my sewing room, and I want to tell you all about it. And I love in the comments to hear all what you're doing in your sewing room or your sewing area. And that's what What's Up Wednesdays are all about. What's up? What's happening? And I want to know, you want to know. And last Sunday, the tutorial that I did, it was quite chatty. Normally they're not like that. But I had a lot to say, and I'm a chatty person. But normally I do kind of get right to it. Speaking of tutorials, last week's tutorial for the wrist pincushion, which I'll link down below or in the iCard at the end in case you didn't see it. But that was a fairly long video. It was almost an hour, but I felt that each part needed to be in there. I went to edit it and I couldn't find anything that I could leave out because I wanted to be thorough and I didn't want to skip something that you might need. Some people who are old hands at sewing might say, well, you don't need to tell us that, but you have to remember, not everyone is as experienced, so I'm trying to cover everyone. So if they've just picked up their sewing within the last year, or if you've been sewing like I have for 50 years, then I want to cover all my bases. So if you want to see what I got for new fabric, you stick around. We're going to go over to the sewing table and I will show you some really soft fabric. Oh, I knew there was something else, and it is just like visiting with me because this is how I talk. Last week when I was filming, there was some fabric and it would have been over to my side. and it was in a stack. And I said to my husband after I put the video up, I said, oh my land, I left that fabric up there. And I was afraid our daughter was going to see it, you know. And I thought, no, nobody will see that because it's kind of inconspicuous and I'm worrying about nothing. And I turned on the comments the other day and one of you said, I spy with my little eye some minky over in the corner. Someone spied it because of course it showed up to those of us who would be looking for it. So I thought that was hilarious. It was funny. But anyway, so you're going to get to see that minky. Let's go take a look. Hello everyone, we're over at my sewing table. So I wanted to show you some of the fabrics that I got from Marden's this past week. So if you don't know what Marden's is, it's a discount store that's here in Maine, and you never know what you're going to find there. You could find a loaf of bread if you're there on a lucky day. They have a tool department, they have furniture, they have clothing, and they will buy great big shipments of clothing that some other store closed out of, and they'll deeply discount it, shoes, whatever. But we are lucky that our local Walmart has a wonderful fabric department, and we're lucky because the closest fabric store like Joann Fabric, Hobby Lobby, any of those that some people shop at is 3 hours down the highway from here. Okay, because I'm in northern Maine. There's nothing here. You have a Walmart, you have a grocery store, and you have mail order. But we do have now, we have had the Marden's, but you just don't know what you're going to find. You can't count on them having the same thing now that they had 3 months ago, because they buy in bulk when it's available, they sell till it's gone, and then you wait for something else. But they do have a wonderful fabric department. So I wanted some minky fabric. If you've been following me long, you know we have a new granddaughter coming, and I have been sewing for her, and I wanted some soft fabric. So look what I found. This is what they call minky fabric. It's really brushed soft fleece, and look at the price. $2.99 a yard. And you want to know what else? It's 90 inches wide. So it's like getting 4 yards of fabric for just about $6. And you can't beat that. You really can't. So they also had this one, which is the same thing. It's the minky fabric. And it was, again, $2.99 a yard. And I love it. So after I had this and was looking at the price and thinking what a great deal it was, I went online because I wanted to check out and see how good of a deal I really got. Now, online, this goes for, what was it, $16? Anyway, I found it in a range of prices, but nowhere near $2.99 a yard. I paid less than half price for this. So I'm totally happy with this. But you wait till you see the rest. Okay. This is minky fabric that has dimples, because it's got those little bumps and you can feel them. And I bet babies love that stuff. And it's so soft and cuddly. This is called dimple minky fabric. I looked this up on both Amazon and Joann Fabric. On Amazon, it was $8 and some change per yard. But even if you were a Prime member, you had to pay shipping for the one that I saw. And then Joann Fabric had it for $14.99 a yard. I'm going to show you what I paid. $6.49 a yard. Thank you, Marden's Discount and Salvage Store. So I think I would like to use this to make one of those loveys. Do you know what a lovey is? It's like a little tiny blanket that the baby carries, like a security blanket, and it's got a little bunny or stuffed animal that you make up in the corner. and they're adorable. I'm thinking of doing that. I haven't decided 100% yet. Okay, and of course I have more. Are you ready? Look at this. This is the PUL fabric, which is polyurethane laminate. And what that means is it's a waterproof fabric. It's waterproof on one side. Okay, it's definitely a one-sided fabric. You see, there's nothing printed on the other side. But if you look, it's kind of a, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of a shiny, it feels like almost like a vinyl, but yeah, it's softer. See, you can squish it. It's not hard. And it's machine wash and dryable. You can use it for any number of things. I bought it because I thought it would make a good wet bag for inside the diaper bag to put wet clothes or things like that, as well as the backing for bibs. And I have heard that people use it to make fabric lunch bags, when they make the cloth menstrual pads. There's all kinds of uses for it. So I know what I paid for it at Marden's, but when I got home, of course, I had to look online and see. Joann Fabric has this exact thing from the same company. It's the same print, and it's $16.33 a yard. All right, for the same thing. So Joann Fabric, $16.99. I paid $6.99. I saved $10 a yard. How could you be? Oh, no, I apologize. It was $16.33 a yard. So I saved almost $10 a yard. Now, this isn't 90 inches wide, but it's still a very nice, you know, it's a yard. It's just what you'd expect it to be. And they didn't have a lot of prints. That is one thing. There's not a big selection of it. Now, a few years ago at Marden's, you can tell how often I've used this, because I haven't. I bought this, and this was originally from Walmart. They must have made a deal with Walmart and bought a bunch. Now, this is PUL Fabrics. And as you can see, I paid $5.99, and it says original price $15.99. Now, I really don't know how true that is. Maybe it was. I really don't know. So, in there were the 3 pieces, and they measure 21 by 24 inches. So there were these 3 pieces, and I really like that pink and black. I like that. It's a little catch your eye for sure. And then there's the white. So I thought it would do well on the back of bibs and such. So that's why I bought it. I just hadn't had occasion to use it until now. And I am going to use it for some of the baby items for our new grandbaby, as well as it wouldn't hurt to have things on hand to either donate or to have for the next baby coming along through friends and family. So before I show you the next thing, I do want to say that normally I do not buy anything but brand name needles for my sewing machine. And I'm going to do a tutorial, or not a tutorial, but a What's Up Wednesday, where I discuss the reasons why you always want to use a quality needle. And there's always a but, right? Okay, but Marden's had these, okay? Now, they say that they're a top stitch needle. I've never heard of a top stitch needle. I've top stitched, but I've never used a top stitch needle. I always used whatever needle was in the sewing machine. But because they were $1.49, I got suckered in and I bought them. So we'll see. But normally, I do not use anything but a quality needle, because you can have problems with your sewing machine, problems with your stitches. And when I do the What's Up Wednesday that talks about sewing needles, I will show you some stuff that will blow your mind, because I didn't know that. For years, I used cheap needles and didn't realize that they were the issues. They were behind a lot of the issues that I was having when I thought it was my sewing machine or my thread. It was actually the needles. But I did buy them. I may be sorry, but you know, $1.49. as my grandmother used to say, it's not a forever thing. So, okay. So I wanted to show you those things because I wanted to share with you the really good deals I got. The other thing that I wanted to mention is if any of you have ever watched Darlene Michaud, now she's another YouTuber, excuse me, she doesn't live in Maine now, but for the majority of the time that she has been making YouTube videos, she lived in Maine, and she used to do what she called Marden's hauls, where she would show you what she got at Marden's. She would buy bolts and, you know, huge amounts of fabrics, and you just never know what you're going to get for a deal there. Most of their fabric ranges, their cottons range from $2.99 to $4.99 a yard, and they have some good quality cotton. Anyway, if you ever followed Darlene, you probably have heard of Marden's, and if you haven't, then you're hearing about them now. Anyway, okay, so I wanted to pop on and show you guys that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing my fabric, and I'll definitely show you what I made from it later on. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope I didn't keep you too long or chat too much, but I wanted to show you that beautiful fabric and kind of just a little bit of what I want to do with it is to make another few blankets. I might donate a few, I might gift a few. I'm not really sure what all I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm sure I'm going to be showing it to you whatever I make. So our creative word of the day today is minky. M-I-N-K-Y, minky. And thank you for hanging out with me, stopping by, watching the video. I love the thumbs up. I love the comments. I love all the interaction because you guys are the best. You seriously are the best. And I appreciate everyone. Every single one of you. So thank you. So until Sunday when we have a tutorial, and it's going to be a shorter one this week, much easier, involves a zipper. If you haven't made anything with a zipper yet, this is going to be the one. Can't mess it up. It's so simple. So grab your scraps, grab a zipper, meet me back here on Sunday because we're going to have fun. Until then, take care. Grab those scraps and let's get sewing.